everyone. This is Will from the Think Different podcast. Thank you very much for joining me. Real quickly, I wanted to show you the brand new announcements that came out today, but the focus point is going to be on the brand new iPad that's going to be available starting on October 26th. But they have released a new version of the iPad, which is a 10th generation version. They upgraded the iPad Pro supercharged by an M2, and then the Apple TV 4K has also been upgraded with a little surprise with a discounted price. But I wanted to talk just about the iPad, so that's what this video is going to focus on. So what I wanted to do was talk about the differences in the new design, and I'm using Apple's website. Now, I want to make it very clear that Apple is still selling the iPad 9th generation model, so that is still available to buy. But I wanted to show you the 10th generation and even throw in the iPad Air because that's the next step up, and to see what you like. So first off, the colors. They added a bunch of new colors here, which is really nice. I like the added additions, the blue, the yellow. They only have two colors in the 9th gen here. So let's talk about the differences. So right away, you can tell the display. They're using the same liquid retina display from the iPad Air 5th gen. They're using a updated A14 Bionic chip compared to the M1 on the 5th gen and an A13 on the other. They have a new megapixel camera. Nice. USB-C has returned. Obviously, there's a big thing going on right now where if in the European, basically Europe forced Apple to do USB-C, so anything new coming out is going to have USB-C on it, and they have done that. 5G has now been added as a support, no longer 4G. They are using the same iPad Air Touch ID button, which is a hit or miss for me. This one's a little strange that they still use the first gen Apple Pencil, which is interesting. Even though they have the same display, I just don't understand why Apple did this at all. I don't know why we're using the first generation Apple Pencil, which requires a Lightning connector. So yeah, that one really confuses me. The keyboard folio is the same as it is with the iPad Air generation. Now, capacity-wise, they're doing the same amounts. They are doing 64 and 256 as they are. It's 449 compared to 329 and 599 compared to 459. And then here are the size and weights. So obviously, there's a little bit more screen on this model, and it's actually a little bit lighter, which is interesting about the 10th gen iPad. They are adding, obviously, everything's going to be brighter because it's using the liquid retina display here. So obviously, there's some things that are a little different on this version of the iPad Air. Coming down to there, obviously, they're not using the M1 chip; they're using the A14. Battery life is still the same, so nothing has really changed if you look at all three of them. Apple Pencil is here it is, the Apple Pencil using a USB-C to Apple Pencil adapter. Does that come in the box? I would hope they would. I looked down here, I'm trying to see what comes in the box, and that's not there. So now, in order for you to use the first gen, you have to use an adapter, which is that better be in the box. I don't know if it is or not. You'll find out. The camera wise has been upgraded, which is awesome, to a 12 megapixel camera, wide camera. They now added 4K recording in the iPad 10th generation in there, and then of course the front camera was upgraded as well. So there's landscape ultra wide in there, so they did upgrade that as well. They have better audio, landscape, whatever landscape. I don't even know what that even means, landscape 2 audio, compared to like a 2-speaker audio in there. So that's really the differences. So I'm trying to figure out now, what model should you buy? Well, I just bought an iPad Air 5th generation. I'm trying to figure out why I would buy that, other than like the coding, and maybe if the audio is a little bit better. I mean, because I like listening to stuff, but it's the same audio. I don't know why I buy the iPad Air anymore. Like that almost kind of like defeats the purpose. Other than getting the newest pencil, I don't know why you would buy it. I'm glad they're still selling the old generation. Thank God for that. I mean, I think, because I still think 329 is just a great price, but to get a $599 iPad Air now, I don't know why you would. If it was me, knowing that this change was happening, I would probably buy the iPad 10th generation now, knowing these changes. So a little upsetting that I just got an iPad Air not that long ago, and now they just came out with this one. So this was just a focus on that. But you could see, but let's talk about, again, the price difference. Look at what the value is here and see what you're worth it. For me, I think the 10th gen is a great mix between the Air and the original iPad. However, I don't know if there's enough features to make me want to buy the Air anymore because of some of the things they announced in it. So I just find that to be so interesting. I think that the pencil adapter is stupid. I mean, because obviously if they did a second gen pencil, it's even less reason to buy the Air. But wow. Anyway, so that's a quick video on the new iPad between the 10th and the 9th generation, what they are offering for it. It is available for pre-order on now from October 26th. That's when you can order it. So interesting stuff, and hopefully we'll have some more videos about some of the other announcements later on that came today. I'm Will from the Think Different podcast. Thank you guys.